Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my Logan review, and I know this review is already super late. I've truly just been lagging. It's already like a month late, so I decided to just do like a really fast review, just my quick thoughts, and I'm not going to stray away from spoilers. So that being said, let's get right into it. Logan was directed by James Mangold and stars, once again, Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. And this is Hugh Jackman's last portrayal as Wolverine. You know, this movie was getting a lot of buzz, and before seeing this movie, I was hearing people saying this is one of the best comic book movies ever made. And for me, I think it's overrated. I don't think it's a phenomenal movie, but I did really enjoy it. Of course, I thought Hugh Jackman was phenomenal in the role, as well as Patrick Stewart. Hugh Jackman is all I've ever known as Wolverine. He was actually my introduction to the character. I always knew of Wolverine growing up, but I never read any of the comics until I saw Hugh Jackman in the first X-Men movie. And it's just going to be really hard to picture someone else in this role. Even when I read the comics now, I just read it in Hugh Jackman's voice. One of my favorite things about this movie is that it's finally rated R. We finally get the rated R Wolverine we've always wanted. This movie doesn't even feel like a comic book movie. It almost feels more like an independent movie. Like this weird art house western film. And I really like that giant comic booky feel, so it's kind of like a negative and a positive for me. Where I appreciated this take, but I also just like that comic booky X-Men world. And after seeing this movie, I had this relief of, thank God it's finally over. Because as of right now, I just want them to reboot the X-Men universe. I'm tired of it. Now Hugh Jackman's gone. Let's finally get an actual reboot where they wear their costumes and Wolverine isn't the main focus. He's part of the X-Men, and Cyclops could actually be what he is in the comics. And one of the reasons why I say that, because this movie felt like a perfect conclusion to the X-Men franchise. I mean, Wolverine has really been the focus of all these movies, and they concluded his character perfectly, might I add. And they say in this movie that all the other X-Men are dead, so it just feels like the proper conclusion. So overall, I really like this movie's action, drama. I really like the rated R aspect. I thought they ended the characters properly. There were a couple things in this movie I didn't like. One being the villain, and two being the clone of Wolverine. I get what they were going for, and I could appreciate it on some sense of old Wolverine is fighting young Wolverine, and it's kind of symbolic in a way. But it honestly felt kind of generic. It reminded me of the May versus May fight in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Alright, that was pretty harsh. It obviously had a much higher production value, but I think you get what I'm saying. And I haven't even talked about X-23 in this movie, because she was phenomenal. If they don't reboot the universe, which I know they're not, I would love to see an X-23 movie. She really surprised me, and for someone who didn't really have any dialogue. But they really got me in the feels when she was crying over Logan's dead body, crying out daddy. I mean, who didn't shed a tear on that? And I also thought the last frame of the movie almost felt iconic. Logan's grave with the cross tilting, forming an X. It reached the level of like the Death of Superman, the comic issue, where Superman's cape is forming a flag. It just reminded me of something like that, where the death of the character became iconic. That shot, for me, is iconic to this franchise now. And I could honestly see that image being on the cover of a comic book. So those are my quick thoughts on Logan. If I had a score, I would probably give it like a 7.9 or an 8, which is a pretty darn good score. So anyway, what did you guys think of Logan, since y'all already saw it, since I'm super late on this review? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to like the video, and as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.